that makes sense. But Mia's Webb,
Yes.
the third-term congresswoman.
A universally admired incumbent who also happens to be a war veteran.
Webb.
Universally. Universally.
Universally admired incumbent who also happens to be a war veteran.
Webb. They'll draw votes from one another.
Oh, I'm not saying you wouldn't have to fight for it, but I'd be willing to give you the ammunition.
Ammunition. Ammunition.
But I'd be willing to give you the ammunition.
Strip club's not open yet. You'll look into Kopeniak?
If he's on the grid, I'll find him.
Grid. Grid.
If he's on the grid, I'll find him.
No one would print it.
Rachel doesn't know that.
She said go to town, bitch.
Bitch. Bitch.
She said go to town, bitch.
Caucus would respect someone who did it the old-fashioned way.
Well, gentlemen, it's your call to make. Figure it out amongst yourselves. Let me know what you decide.
Thank you.
Amongst. Amongst.
Figure it out amongst yourselves. Let me know what you decide.
Thank you.
One suitcase. That's it.
Suitcase. Suitcase.
One suitcase. That's it. One suitcase. That's it.
Can you at
I'll
least
take
tell
the
me?
shepherd's pie with a side of Brussels sprouts.
Sprout. Sprout.
With a side of Brussels sprouts.
That said, if you give me a little more time,
If she wants to
I
go to
think
court, then let's give her
that
that.
just because she's being unreasonable now doesn't mean she
I'm-
won't.
Unreasonable. Unreasonable.
Just because she's being unreasonable now doesn't mean she
I'm-
won't. Just because she's being unreasonable now doesn't mean she won't.
I'm
be.
done.
That's a knee-jerk reaction. I've never.
Jerk. Jerk.
That's a knee-jerk reaction. I've never. Just because she's being unreasonable now doesn't mean she won't.
I'm
be.
done.
That's a knee-jerk reaction. I've never known you to be a person who was irrational or impatient.
Irrational. Irrational.
I've never known you to be a person who was irrational or impatient. Let me.
But here's every doctor who served in East Africa during the last 3 years.
And what about the HMO?
You need a consent form. It's in the packet.
Packet. Packet.
You need a consent form. It's in the packet.
You could be fired within the first month. If that tempts you, we can keep talking. None of that.
Tempt. Tempt.
If that tempts you, we can keep talking. None of that.
These are my last few days before I never have privacy again. I intend to savor these moments for as long as I can.
But, sir,
Savor. Savor.
I intend to savor these moments for as long as I can.
sir, in terms of safety, I think...
Until I'm confirmed as the vice president, security is at my discretion. Is that correct?
Discretion. Discretion.
Security is at my discretion. Is that correct?
All right, we'll wait until the announcement. Now, assuming the confirmation goes through, we'll...
Confirmation. Confirmation.
Now, assuming the confirmation goes through, we'll need to work out the logistics of moving you into the Naval Observatory.
Observatory. Observatory.
Moving you into the Naval Observatory.
Where's your cell?
Here. It's not recording.
I need to ask you to delete all of our phone history.
Delete. Delete.
I need to ask you to delete all of our phone history.
Why?
He might have had second thoughts.
If I speak to Barney Hull, he'll confirm that.
Hole. Hole.
If I speak to Barney Hull, he'll confirm that.
What are you suggesting, Zoe?
Maybe there was foul play.
If there was a hint of foul play, don't...
Foul. Foul.
If there was a hint of foul play, don't...
As to who's going to replace Matthews when he wins...
Can I at least turn off the overhead?
Overhead. Overhead.
Can I at least turn off the overhead?
But these were something special.
Well, tried a new butcher.
Butcher. butcher,
Well, try the new butcher. Well, try the new butcher. Slow bleeds his hog.
hog, hog,
Slow bleeds his hog. Next 10 minutes is hell. Bunch of fucking eardrums. Now, the humane way to do it is to make it quick.
Humane. Humane.
Now, the humane way to do it is to make it quick. Bring out a bucket of slop like it's feeding time and bam, shovel right to the base of the head.
shovel, shovel,
Shovel right to the base of the head.
I want the best man to win.
That sounds like a cagey bullshit non-answer to me.
I'm on the sidelines for this one, Terry.
Sideline. Sideline.
I'm on the sidelines for this one, Terry.
And you and me, we wash our hands of each other.
You're trying to buy me?
No. When we first met, I promised to empower you.
empower, empower,
No. When we first met, I promised to empower you. No. When we first met, I promised to empower you. I'm fulfilling that promise.
How do I?
fulfill, fulfill,
I'm fulfilling that promise.
How do I?
Yes.
Hi, I'm calling from Dr. Larson's office to confirm your 10 a.m. tomorrow for the blood and urine test.
Urine. Urine.
Confirm your 10 a.m. tomorrow for the blood and urine test. We can reschedule for Thursday or even Monday.
No, I won't be rescheduling. Please tell Dr. Larson I appreciate all her consultation, but...
consultation, consultation,
Please tell Dr. Larson I appreciate all her consultation, but...
Nick Russo fell off the wagon. He was at a fundraiser. The McNeely Cancer Institute.
institute, institute,
McNeely Cancer Institute. Don't act surprised. I showed the Bellman a photo. One of them remembers seeing her.
The girl's a prostitute, I'm sure.
prostitute, prostitute,
The girl's a prostitute, I'm sure.
Showed up at your house and placed myself at your feet. Crossed ethical lines. Professionally, physically.
professionally, professionally,
Crossed ethical lines. Professionally, physically. Crossed ethical lines. Professionally, physically. And I hold myself accountable for that.
accountable, accountable,
And I hold myself accountable for that.
He doesn't know about you, but he knows about me. These were in my mailbox. No,
mailbox, mailbox,
these were in my mailbox. No.
The incident occurred at approximately 8 p.m. last night on the northbound tracks of the Cathedral Heights metro station.
cathedral, cathedral,
Northbound tracks of the Cathedral Heights metro station.
Are we working together or not?
Any public or private endorsements for Buckwalter? I can.
endorsement, endorsement,
Any public or private endorsements for Buckwalter? I can.
Perhaps you hoped I had. Don't waste a breath mourning, Miss Barnes.
Mourn. Mourn.
Don't waste a breath mourning, Miss Barnes. Every kitten grows up to be a cat. They seem so harmless at first.
harmless, harmless,
They seem so harmless at first. Small, quiet, lapping up their saucer of milk. But once their claws get long enough, they draw blood.
claw, claw,
But once their claws get long enough, they draw blood. For those of us climbing to the top of the food chain, there can be no mercy.
mercy, mercy,
There can be no mercy.